Rom?
Mm-hmm.
So JJ has this amazing thing that I've found recently. And this is something I didn't know about. You keep the start. So you know how you can go into Sainsbury's and you can get like a Starbucks coffee and you can get it in like those glass, like, what do you call them? Like bottles. Yeah, he is showing the camera to those who are watching the TikToks.
Yeah.
Or the Instagram.
Yeah.
But he reuses the glass bottles and puts more coffee in it.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah.
Why would you not do that?
So what we do is, I say we, my mum.
Okay, sorry, I'll take it back. JJ's mum is a genius.
So we'll make some coffee, and then but then we'll make it like an iced coffee, but like how Starbucks do these ones. So we put some condensed milk in, coffee.
Really, coffee in there?
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And
That's
then
it.
some sugar.
It's genius.
That's genuinely all they do for these. Is pretty much just that. And then we keep the bottles, and then my mum just will make a few of them. They're in the fridge, and then in the morning or afternoon or evening, if I'm tired or I'm going to work, I just pick one of these up, take it, and I have one.
It's genius.
Yeah.
It is absolutely genius.
Do you know what's funny? So I was working the other day, and that's not the funny bit. Don't laugh too much.
Okay, don't worry.
But I was working the other day, and my boss is like, "Why do you spend like £2.50 every day on a little Starbucks coffee?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And then he was like, "Do I keep the branding there to pretend like I'm doing well in life so that I can buy £2.50 coffees every day?" And I was like, "No, this is not the point. It's not the point. You're missing the point here."
Branding? There is no branding on it.
Yeah, there's a little. So
Have you taken the
people who can
branding
see,
off?
there's like a little Starbucks logo on the top there.
Oh, there. Okay, yeah.
And then there is also on some of them, they have the full wraparound, depending on how old it is, basically.
I see.
It just
Okay.
depends on when it falls off in the wash or not. But,
Oh, would you not just rip it off before you put it in the wash?
we hand wash them.
Good idea. You probably can't put them in the dishwasher.
Maybe. I'm sure, it's just glass.
It is, but some glass you have to be careful with, don't you? Or am I just
I have no idea, mate.
No, neither do I.
no idea.
But anyway, if anyone likes that idea, I mean, do it.
Yeah.
That's a great shout.
Yeah. If you want some iced coffees and you don't want to have to spend in Starbucks, it's like meal prepping, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just with coffee. Coffee prepping.
Coffee prepping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every morning and every evening you coffee prep.
Yes. Not every morning, like once every 4 days.
Okay. So how long do you have them for until you just get rid of them, or do you just keep them?
We just keep glass indefinitely.
Oh, so you okay.
And I have it over summer. I don't really have it over winter. But
Okay.
It's cold, so
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
That's generally iced coffees are generally cold. But yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Right, we're back. It's lights out.
And away we go.
So I've heard that possibly
Mm-hmm.
they might be taking DRS out of qualifying.
Out of qualifying.
Yes. I don't know if it's a rumor, but I've seen recently that they might be talking about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no DRS, which would mean that Red Bull are not going to be as fast as they
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
fast as they have been.
it's
What do you think?
so DRS first came in back in 2011, and you used to be able to use it everywhere around the track in qualifying.
Okay.
So you could just turn it off and on anywhere in the track.
Okay.
And then they reduced it. But I liked it when you could do it everywhere, actually, because you had some corners which, if you were good, if you had enough bottle, you could put DRS through the whole corner.
And that sounds so dangerous.
Yeah. It was I don't know if you know 130R in Japan, but it's basically you have a massive straight and then it's a flat out corner, but it's enough of a corner where you're turning quite a lot.
Yeah.
Or think about the final corner in Spain,
Yeah.
which is a fast corner, but you're turning quite a lot.
Yeah.
Some people would have enough bottles to have DRS open for the full thing.
Mate.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you don't have the bottle, probably shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Or your car's not good enough.
Or your car's not good enough.
Yeah.
But if your car's good enough, you have to have the bottle.
You have to, yeah, you have to do it.
You have to. What something Ayrton Senna says is if you
no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver.
Ayrton Senna.
Yeah. I don't know what that's got to do with DRS.
No, it just no, as in just having the bottle.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry, I wasn't very clear there. I just meant basically having the bottle to go for those gaps.
Yeah.
Keep your DRS open on those corners.
Yeah.
That is the definition of a true
Yeah. And when he said it,
champion.
it was like, if you crash, you died. Whereas like, so that is even more bottle.
That is even more bottle. That is why he is a legend.
Yeah. Yeah. They used to say, to be fair, I know we're going off tangent here, but they used to say that the best drivers back in the day were the ones who didn't fear death because they were the ones who would push it the hardest.
Can you imagine not fearing that? Can you imagine? I can imagine.
Just going out every time and trusting yourself enough.
Yeah.
That you're like, I'm going to go to 100% and I'm not going to go over that 100% and crash and die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah. Like Jim Clark was known for like, just didn't fear it. Unfortunately, he did die. But,
Senna.
yeah, but it's unreal.
That is incredible. To have a mindset like that is
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
you can't like replicate. You can't like teach that. That's just. I feel like that's just something you're born with or not.
Wasn't it as well in like the I think in like the 50s or something, only like 60% of the grid would last a full season,
Oh my god,
which is insane.
that's not funny. Like
Yeah, that's almost half the grid is like turning up to the race being like, I have a chance of dying.
oh no, but still great. I mean, that's crazy stats.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like getting in a car thinking I'm gonna likely go, like not be able to race after this, either die or be so injured that
Yeah.
I can't function for another race.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Terrible.
Disgusting. Oh,
Moving on.
I forgot we didn't even get to the DRS point. We went on such a tangent. So DRS is going to be taken out of.
Possibly. I think it's in talks. I think the FIA are talking about it. I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it earlier on in this week and I thought that was interesting. Something to mention.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly going to affect Red Bull in qualifying, but who cares? Because they're going to have DRS in the race.
Yeah.
I heard of a really good DRS idea, though,
Go on.
which was like anti-DRS, where you have it unless you're within a second of someone. So you can use it all the time, unless you're within a second of someone. And then it would make it so that you could catch up to someone quicker, but then the actual overtake would be harder.
That is such a good idea.
But imagine how much faster Red Bull would be and how much further ahead they would be. Because if you were in first or second...
Yeah, okay, yeah. But that's only for this season that would be the case. Like,
Yeah. Once everyone else figures out how to... Which
be
would
as-
probably be next season. Because they can't bring any upgrades because of the cost cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a great idea.
It's
And,
a
like,
good idea. But there'd have to be contingencies. Maybe if it was like... maybe you couldn't have it... If you're in first place, you couldn't use it at all.
Okay.
To allow...
So
So then
they'd
you
allow
can
people
just
to
break
catch up.
away. Yeah.
Okay. You'd have to be very... There would come a point where you'd have to be strategic on when you take first.
Yeah.
That would be so interesting.
That
Can
would
you
be
imagine
really
purposely staying in second and like following
Yeah.
specifically like behind a second, but maybe would you want to be in the second? Would you want to be with? Yes. Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because would you want to stay slightly out of first till like a second away until like the last 5 laps,
And then yeah.
and then get into the really dirty air?
Yeah. It would be... It could be really interesting.
That's a really cool. Who came up with that idea? Did you-
I just saw a video online. I can't credit it. But
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good idea.
That's a really cool idea.
So to sum up the idea, it would be you always have DRS unless you're within a second of someone in front of you. Then you don't have DRS. So then people could like catch up to people quicker, but then it wouldn't make the overtaking so easy like it was at Spa. But
Yeah.
then if you're in the lead, you don't have DRS as well, and it stops the people in the lead getting away too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be really interesting, but it could also be a little bit artificial.
It could. Yeah, actually, yeah. It might not be. Yeah. It's a bit like Mario Kart, isn't it? Where you like
Yeah,
the blue shell goes from the back to the front to smack the person so that
Yeah.
everyone goes through. It's
Yeah.
like the most scripted thing ever.
yeah, yeah. Do you know what though? Like what you were saying about how like the strategy to not always be in the lead.
Yeah.
is exactly like Formula E.
That was a very smooth transition there.
Yeah,
The reason I say that is because JJ went to a Formula E race.
I went to the Formula E.
That's so cool.
Second to last race of the season, in London actually.
Unbelievable.
A friend from work just called me up and was like, "I have 3 free tickets. Do you want to go?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm in
So hold on a second. You went to Barcelona without me.
You're gonna
You've
say
been to Formula E without me.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do without me?
You know what? You know what? I wanted to invite you. No, I did. I genuinely thought, I was like, oh, I really wish you could have come. But it was so last minute on the day that it was like we were in London. We just took tickets.
Yeah. You keep telling yourself that, mate. Yeah. Okay.
It was really last minute. And then like one of the tickets went to one of my work colleagues, and then it was me, and then Rachel as well. So it was us three going. So
Okay. I see how it is. It's okay. But anyway, how was it?
oh mate, it's you know what? Very, very good.
Cool.
Very good.
So I heard that it's like inside and out. So you told me that it was kind of parts of it are inside and parts of it are outside.
Yeah, they like purpose built this track in like the middle of the city, like XL London, like in like a big like arena where they do like tours and like singers and songwriters come to.
Okay.
Song artists come to.
Okay.
And then like it was so impressive. Like so impressive. Like it's better a better experience for the fan, not talking about the racing, going to this than it is going to the F1.
Wait. Go back. So all that again.
It's a better experience this
Yeah.
going to the Formula E as a fan in terms of what you can do as a fan
I see. Okay.
than going to an F1 race.
Oh, I see.
There's
Okay.
more for the fans to do.
That's cool. Maybe it's just because it isn't so big.
No,
what I mean?
yeah. Well, they do lots for the fans,
Yeah.
but there's like loads of really cool stuff. So like in between like sessions and stuff, you could scan a QR code on like the big teleprompter, and then it would like you'd put you in a queue where you'd have like a video on your phone. And then once you came to the front of the queue, you live stream yourself and your friends, and it's quite fun for like young fans and
That's
stuff to be
cool.
on the TV and stuff, and it was really cool.
That's really cool.
And then they had like loads of sims everywhere. They had loads of like little games that people can play. There was this whole like it was almost like its own sort of like little theme parky vibe thing in the middle with like loads of food trucks all in one place, and everything was done with like neon lighting and stuff. It just was really it was basically just
Was
really
it quite
cool.
kind of like futuristic? Because obviously it's the whole electric, moving with the times, going
Yeah.
to all electric vehicles.
Yeah, so the whole place was kitted out with LEDs. And then like
That's so
when
cool.
stuff would happen, it would be like you're in like an immersive cinema.
Just like
Sort
Tron.
of vibe. Yeah, like Tron.
I need to go. This sounds really cool.
It's honestly, I'm definitely gonna go next year.
Perfect.
But
Please invite me.
apparently those 3 tickets were around like 800 or something quid.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that's expensive.
Yeah. That is expensive. How many people were there, do you reckon, numbers wise?
It was packed out. Packed
Okay.
out. A lot of young kids as well.
Cool.
And I think they sort of build it towards that as well with the whole like it's like not very loud, so you can obviously have conversations. They actually play music throughout the entire race.
Oh, that's right. That's really cool.
Yeah, very Mario Kart vibes.
Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine if they played Mario Kart with music over the top?
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, but
They've missed a
FD
trick there if they haven't done that.
Yeah, they should 100% do that.
Yeah, you need to put
if
something
they-
on like.
Sorry, if they ever did like a race in Japan,
Oh my god.
then they should do Mario Kart music.
They should get them all dressed up in Mario Kart like suits.
Yeah.
So like obviously it would still be their race suit, but it would be like
Mario Kart.
a Waluigi. Their helmets like painted like Waluigi.
Luigi.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Like,
Like,
someone has,
Mario.
like a toad mushroom.
Yeah, so much. That would be
That
cool.
would be sick.
That would
They
be
should
so
do like a one-off in Japan or something. For
A
that.
one-off one.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
That sounds like really good fun.
Oh man, it was such good fun. Such good fun.
But you told me that you thought the racing was you could see the standard difference.
Oh no, I thought the racing was unreal.
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sure it
I
was
was
really high level racing.
Such high level. It was
But
high
to
level.
F1.
Oh, okay. It's not as good as F1. There was mistakes that were made, but at the same time, I was like, this is actually unbelievably good racing.
Yeah.
Like the stand, like you're on such a tight street circuit, and like you're in cars that don't have a lot of downforce, and it was just like really, really good standard of racing.
What was the
better than I
noise
thought.
like? What is it like? Woo the whole way around.
It's actually surprisingly quite cool.
So it makes like a whirring sound. Like you
Yeah,
hear the
but
battery.
it's like it's a cool word. Like it's like it's. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, a little bit like that. But it is quite cool. But one thing I did notice is when you're at an F1 race, the car you'll only ever understand this if you've ever been to a race, but when you see a car go around a bend and it goes down the straight, it almost looks like a rocket taking off, sort of thing. It just pulls and pulls and pulls and goes faster and faster. I noticed with the Formula E cars, they pull and then they just sort of stop pulling more. Like, they still go quite a fast speed, but it doesn't get that sense of like a rocket just taking off consistent momentum throughout, sort of thing.
So it's a bit like the road cars, where like you'll find that the road cars really do hit a limiter.
Yeah.
So even if if you were to like really put your foot down, like to start with, you're flying, and then it kind of hits a limiter and just stops.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the difference between looking at a Bugatti going down and looking at like a Tesla sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because like they both take off really quick. The Bugatti will just keep going. The Tesla sort of just hits a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? This is an interesting question. How long do you reckon? Like, just give it a crazy guess. Do you reckon it will be till F1 is fully electric?
I don't think it'll ever go fully.
You don't think it'll ever go fully electric?
They're already doing biofuels, and I think they'll do biofuels, or they'll do something which will be like that. But I think
Even if you were like 150 years.
okay,
That's what I mean. If you were to like put a crazy number out there to be like, I reckon in this amount of time, then the electric batteries will be so efficient that they're like outdoing the. No.
It's weird because you can't have the two categories. Then you'd have to demote one of the categories down.
Oh yeah, it would have to be
So I think, to be honest, I think that some sort of biofuel will be done instead.
Okay.
And then because Formula One's already going towards carbon neutral. If they go carbon neutral, then
Yeah, true.
yeah,
We do love an engine.
yeah, we do love an engine. It's
And they're
sort
so
of the
efficient.
heart of F1. But going back to what you were saying, actually, so we were talking about that sort of like where you don't want to be in the lead sort of thing. So Formula E has a thing where like you have a set amount of battery for the race.
Okay.
So you've got to. It's like with fuel in F1, but like whereas fuel in F1 it used to be kind of a big thing when they're really restricted how much fuel you can have, but now they've got enough fuel to sort of get through the race. With this, is like the batteries aren't big enough to go flat out for the entire race.
Okay.
So they're sort of like deciding when and when not to use a load of battery
Okay.
throughout the race. So so there was this interesting sort of thing where drivers wouldn't want to be in the lead because to stay like you're just going to be using more battery being in the lead, more wind going against you, all that sort of stuff. So they were preferring to stay in second place until sort of like nearer the end when they overtake, and then they know they have enough batteries to stay in the lead.
Okay, I
Which
see.
is really interesting.
So it's a little bit like, because F1 you do have to recharge your battery, and
Yeah, it's a little.
then
It's
you
like
can
that.
press the pass button, and it gives you a little bit of extra
Yeah.
battery boost and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
But it's to more of a.
It's more of an extent. Yeah,
More
yeah.
of a-
So at other tracks where there's massive straights, there's genuinely a whole thing in Formula E where you stay in second place for as long as you can.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's
So
like
they're trying to stay in the slipstream.
yeah,
So,
pretty much.
but surely if you're too far back, then you're in the dirty area, and then you
Yeah,
end up.
these cars are like
So they're
they
so
follow.
close.
These cars can follow because they don't have crazy high downforce.
Okay.
So they follow really closely. And then they also have this other really cool thing, which is where they'll have a corner and it'll be like nearish the end of the lap. And if you can either take the normal line or you can go really wide and you go through these two like gates on the track. And if you do, you then get extended, like you basically get extra power for like a minute and a half. But
if you go through a gate.
yes, but it's like a line on the track, and it's like so you have like let's say if it's like a hairpin, so it's a big U-turn. You could either take the normal line, which would go right on the inside, or you can go right round the outside of it, which obviously is slower, but then you have extended boost for like a minute and a half.
It's literally like Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Like you to I don't know, pick up a box and then
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
like the mushroom
yeah, exactly.
thing to give you a boost.
Yeah,
I need to go with you next year.
it's really really cool, and it's so interesting because it's like if you go round that, you're going to be losing 1 or 2 positions.
Okay.
So you've really got to, but then the benefit of it is then you're then going faster. So you've got to be like, okay, am I going to be going fast enough where I can overtake these two and then overtake the next person in front of me?
I see.
Or you might get lucky, get a little bit of a gap, do that outside line, and then you've maybe lost like a second, but then you've got the boost and you've not got anyone in front of you. So you're going a lot faster. So it's really, really interesting.
That's so
And it's
cool.
such a cool dynamic to the racing. And also, you had times where drivers would go take that line, but they slightly missed the gate because it's quite a narrow. Like you have a very small window to go through because you have to go through like a front gate and end gate.
Okay.
So they would slightly miss it. They'd do that wide line, miss it, not get the boost, and lose positions.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was really, really cool.
This sounds so good.
It was really fun to watch. Really fun. And it was so much more fun than I thought it would be.
Mate, I'm down. Next year, 800 quid, bosh, done. Let's go.
I'm keen. It was really, really good.
That
Really
sounds
good.
so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
What an experience.
And we watched a world champion get crowned.
Did you?
Yeah, we didn't realise it was the second to last race of the season.
Oh, okay.
And Jake Benham won the world championship.
Congratulations to Jake Bennett.
Yeah, it was drama. The person in second place got taken out of the race by his teammate.
What? So they were fighting for the championship that day?
So, yeah, the person in second place in the championship
Yeah.
was fighting. The guy who was his teammate was supposed to just let him past, and they just crashed into each other.
Oh my. They will never be friends ever again.
Bad.
That's so bad. I wonder, but okay, I need to watch this later because I'm sure I can just go on YouTube and find it.
Yeah.
That sounds. I'd go nuts.
There was also a really funny point where these two drivers crash near so it'd just been a red flag. Because it's a street track, if there's a crash, you have to red flag it pretty much.
Right.
And then it'd just been a red flag. They restart the race. We watch them all go by, and then they come round again from next lap, and we're just sort of we're watching. We're like, only two drivers have come. We're like, where's the rest of them? And then the camera, I'm not even joking, comedy cuts to a driver in the wall. And everyone's like, oh, what's happened? And then cuts again to a wide angle, and the whole grid is all crashed into each other. And they're all stuck there, apart from two drivers. And they can't get out. And they're all just waiting there, looking about. And these two drivers are into each other, shouting at each other. You got the whole grid behind them. It was so funny. If anyone's watching a TikTok, we'll splice in the clip because it is really, really funny.
Cool.
But
That sounds great.
Proper made me laugh.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But check out Formula E. Trust me, worth the watch.
Brilliant.
Worth the watch.
That's something I'm going to have to get into. Looking forward to that.
So something a little bit more boring.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
We're just going to bring it right down
Yeah. We'll talk
to
about
Formula One.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
pinnacle of motorsport.
Yeah.
The reason
Most
we're here.
boring thing in the world. That was a good yawn.
Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, I think it was a genuine yawn.
That's how we felt about Spa.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, okay, that's a lie. We didn't feel the whole time about that. Because I think the sprint we felt fine.
Okay, yeah. The sprint was probably the best bit,
Yeah. It was genuinely the best bit of the weekend.
which is sad, really.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
Because we want to, but then again, I guess that's one of the reasons why they wanted to start the sprint, because they wanted very quick, short, kind of exciting racing before the main event. But it just meant that the main event was crap.
Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's very little to talk about with.
I think we'll start
race.
with, I don't know, Oscar Piastri. He had a good weekend until the race.
Until the race.
Yeah.
They
Good qualifying, qualified P2, led a few laps. You're not going to stay in the lead very long if you've got Max and a Red Bull behind you, but did well.
Yeah. Did absolutely fantastic.
I am feeling very hopeful about my prediction about Oscar Piastri being potentially outscoring Lando Norris in the second.
If that actually comes to fruition, I'm gonna be gobsmacked.
Yeah.
I will literally be like, I won't even know what to say, because I would never have predicted that, and that's a hell of a prediction to say for a rookie driver
I'm going to
just coming into the sport.
I'm going to be so smug. I'm going to be so smug. So smug.
Wow, if that happens,
I really hope it does.
and if Logan Sargent starts having an incredible end to the season, I'm gonna feel pretty smug too.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
I don't think it will. Yeah.
So yeah, the sprint race was good. So we needed to talk about the Lewis and Perez incident.
Yeah, not a penalty.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Yeah. I think it's
There's enough room, I think, there.
there was enough room. Perez had more room to go wider. It's wet. They're literally side by side. I've seen countless times that not given as a penalty.
Yeah.
It seems absurd that it was a penalty.
It was damage to Perez's side pod, wasn't it?
Yeah, that took him out of the sprint race, to be
Yeah,
fair.
it
And I think maybe that might have affected it. But, I mean, 2018, sorry. Silverstone Grand Prix, the FIA were like, no, the outcome to the other driver should not affect the penalty. Because Raikkonen hit into Lewis Hamilton that season in that race. Hamilton went all the way into last place, but Raikkonen got a 5-second penalty.
Right.
Then Mercedes were like, how is that not a larger penalty? And they were like, no, the outcome of the other driver shouldn't affect like
Yeah.
the penalty. It's just you get hit.
It's either a penalty or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shouldn't have been like a 10-second stop and go. It's literally only 5 seconds, even if Hamilton's all the way back in last place now.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was a penalty.
I agree, and I think quite a lot of people agree with that as well.
Yeah, I
I feel like that's not an unusual.
everyone on social
opinion.
media seems to agree. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Strange FIA.
strange. It was strange. Yeah.
Yeah, so McLaren had a slow race, didn't they? They
Slow
were
race.
very draggy.
Very, very draggy.
They were. What were they? They were expecting rain, weren't they? They were gambling on the rain.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that
They were.
where they were.
They were like, if it rains, we're gonna be quick. If it doesn't, we're gonna be so slow.
It's like beyond slow.
Yeah.
Like slower than they were at the start of the season.
Literally. And then it was like, what was it? They had a little bit of rain, and then they just were like suddenly the fastest cars. On
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 laps they flew because there was a little bit of rain and they
Yeah.
had the right setup for it.
Literally. And then, like, to be fair, I think Lando got like, he came in just behind George Russell, didn't he? In the
Yeah.
end. So he actually ended up in good position
Yeah,
because of that little bit of
surprisingly.
rain. He would have literally been like last.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
mean-
it worked for them the rest of the weekend, though, with the sprint and the qualifying and everything. Because it was like a wet race.
And it's not like it. The thing is, as well, with that sort of situation, yes, it was strategic mess up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a gamble, but they messed up strategically. That wasn't any indication of like the car not doing well.
Yeah.
Like not performing well.
Yeah.
They just had the setup wrong.
Yeah.
So going into the next race, they'll be back on the terms that they were for where was it? Austria.
Silverstone, Austria,
Silverstone, Austria.
Hungary, even. They'd been on the pace otherwise. I think
Yeah.
they were like, they knew they were taking a risk. They took the risk. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So if there was anyone watching and they were thinking, what the hell's happened to McLaren? They were doing so well and they've suddenly dropped off. The car is still just as
As good.
they
Just as good. Yeah.
they just messed up that
Yeah.
weekend with the setups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else of note on?
On the
Sunday?
you know what, Pirelli, fix your wet tires.
Oh yes, he has a bee in his bonnet. Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the floor for a moment and go.
Your wet tires are too slow. It's the issue. It's like, it's not the spray. I get it. Like, they have to do laps behind the safety car. But if you've got a tire that literally people only drive when they're behind the safety car and then they pit every single time. Think about Hungary 2021. I mean, Spa didn't even race. But like every wet race is always inters or dries. They never run the wets because the wets are too slow.
Yeah,
Apparently, the wet tires are amazing at clearing like puddles, and they're amazing at stopping aquaplaning. So they're an amazing tire. They're just way too slow. So no one ever wants to run them.
So do you think on the races where it is torrential rain, they should still race, but just on those wets? Or is it still too dangerous?
So the spray is a whole different issue, which is the visibility is what's the actual issue with the racing at the moment. So at the moment now, when it's really raining, they're not running the cars, not because the tires and the cars can't handle it. It's because the drivers have no visibility after third, fourth gear.
I see. Yes, to be fair, I noticed how high the spray was.
Yeah, the spray is like crazy high.
Yeah.
So, and the spray is coming off the tires as well as the new diffusers because of how the ground effect's working. The diffusers are spraying it up really high as well.
Yeah.
So even if they create like a guard over the wheels, this isn't gonna stop the diffusers from spraying it up.
Yeah.
So that's fine, but just make the wet tire softer and the intermediate softer so that there's less of a because
But wait. The hard tire softer and the intermediate softer.
the wet
Or
tire softer and the intermediate tire softer as well.
both softer.
Yeah, so make them so they last less time. So
Right.
and also because what's happening is you're doing your laps, you clear all the water, and the hard tires are, the wet tires, sorry, are so slow that everyone just pits for inters and just drives on inters because they're just so much quicker.
Okay.
So if you make them softer, so faster, basically, if you make the wet tires faster, then there's going to be that interesting strategy where is like, when do you make the switch from wets to inters? Like, when's a good time? Some people might go a little bit earlier. If they just make the intermediate tires slightly worse in the wet as well,
Yeah.
and just bring the gap between the two tires closer together.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, it's just like all the interest is inters to dries, which is interesting. But previously, in some of the best races I've watched, is when it goes full wets, inters, dries, because like people take a gamble, go quickly onto the inters and then go quickly onto the dries, or some people will stay full wets all the way to dries and just like long it out and stuff like that. So you get really interesting strategy.
Yeah.
And you don't get that anymore
Okay.
because it's, or they just do one wet tire, but that takes out the fun of it. But if you just do one wet tire, it can do it all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they should. I think they should always have more than one wet tire.
Yeah.
Because obviously it makes, like you say, it makes things more
It's
interesting.
more interesting, yeah.
Just to have a different strategy.
Pirelli have experience in just one wet tire, because in other formulas and other racing series, they just do one wet tire and then dry tires.
Okay.
So Pirelli can do one wet tire,
Hmm.
but from what the FIA are asking Pirelli to do, and then also, I don't know, they're asking them to do too much. Just make the wet tires faster.
You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
Make the wet tires faster and the intermediates slower.
Yeah. Or just keep the intermediates as is, make the wet tires faster.
There you go.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Ran over.
Fantastic. Run over, breathe, and relax. Ah, lovely.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. Verstappen not winning next race. Happy thoughts. Can we have someone else win?
Verstappen hitting a wall, Max Verstappen.
You know what? I want him to be safe, but can he just go out the race? Or at least start 30 seconds behind everyone else?
He'll still win. He'll
Still win, but he'll only win by a few seconds. You know what? We might get a race all the way to the end. He might not pass Perez on lap 17 and get 22 seconds on him.
100%.
Hmm.
God, your face when you said that was so funny. He might win by a few seconds, not 30 seconds.
Oh, honestly, Max, just
Go
that
away.
combination. Next week, we're gonna give some like driver ratings and team ratings. But
We are.
I think everyone knows what Max and Red Bull are gonna get. But
Yeah.
yeah, just it's unbelievable that combo together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we have a little game to finish? Any sort of game we can play?
Okay, we're gonna do 30-second game.
Yeah, let's do the 30-second game.
So for people who haven't heard the first time we did it or don't remember,
So the way this game works is we're going to come up with a category. And from that category, one of us will say how many we think we can say in 30 seconds. And if the other person thinks they can do more, then they will up the number. And they'll keep upping the number until the other person thinks they're lying. And we'll say, liar, you can't do that number in 30 seconds. And that person has to do that number in 30 seconds. Otherwise, they lose the point.
yeah.
If that makes sense? I'm hoping that makes sense.
I think it is.
Yes.
So for this,
You'll understand when we play.
yeah. And
First round,
the first round, McLaren drivers.
McLaren drivers.
So
Okay, you came up with a category, so I will say in 30 seconds I can name 4 McLaren drivers.
I can name 5,
I can name 6.
7.
I can name 8.
Can I go up by more than one?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I can name 11.
Liar.
I knew 11 was reaching it.
11
Okay.
was reaching it.
Have you got timer?
I have a timer. Let me.
Okay, let's get the timer ready. So yeah, so I've got to name 11 McLaren drivers
You have to name 11 McLaren
in
drivers.
30 seconds,
30 seconds, and
and I've got to try not to think about it now.
your
That's why
time
I'm rambling.
starts now.
Mika Hakkinen, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Ayrton Senna, Alan Prost, Kimi Raikkonen, Juan Pablo
you said
Montoya. No, I haven't said that. I said
Okay.
Alonso. Juan Pablo Montoya. That's 11.
That's 11. You had 5 seconds left.
Nice.
Well played.
Nice.
Very good.
I actually think 11 might have been my limit.
Can you think of any
Oh
others?
no, Heikki Kovalainen. Who else can I think of? Jenson Button. How do I forget Jenson Button?
Yeah.
Um,
To be honest, you'll be better at the drivers than I will because obviously you can go back back. Whereas
Stoffel Van Dorn. Who else can I name?
I mean, you picked the right number to do in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
About 11 or 12.
I think 12 would just about. I would have been like,
You'd have been pushing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to come up with one. In 30 seconds, I think we should name, or I think that I can name 5 Red Bull drivers.
Okay. You would have thought of it. Okay. I think I can name 6.
I could do 7.
Lie.
Okay.
I wanted to push you up. Okay. I can time it on here. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So we got Vettel, Verstappen, Perez, Albon.
Mm-hmm.
We have. There's so many. How many did you say? I need to get 7.
7.
Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, I'm trying to think of older drivers. There's going to be so many. Damn it. No, I've got
Time.
Damn it! So I can't think of the older drivers. I only know there's
So
definitely
Pierre Gasly. He had a short
Gasly had a
stint.
short stint. Yeah.
And I would have gone David Coulthard. Or Mark Webber.
Mark Webber, Australian.
But I think
Okay.
there is only a total of 8 drivers.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
who
trying to
knows?
think older drivers because obviously I'm not.
I think there might have been 9 total drivers.
Gasly's the one that I should have got. I should have got Gasly in there
Yeah.
because I started watching when Gasly was in the seat,
Mm.
but he was only in there for a little while,
Yeah.
and then obviously Albon was only in there for about a year.
I think
struggled.
7 was a stretch. I think there's only been 9, maybe 10 total drivers.
Okay,
So
and I think I got what 5 or 6 or something.
yeah. So you got 5.
I got 5.
Yeah.
The main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What should we do?
Think. Do you want to do a non-F1 related one?
Yeah.
Okay. I did one this week. I was playing sort of this game this weekend, but it's slightly different. I'll let you say it. Types of alcoholic beverage.
Okay. Types of alcoholic beverage.
Okay, how many do you think you can name?
So can we define this though? Is it like brands or is it just different types of alcohol?
Let's go different types of alcoholic drink.
Okay, so not brands.
So not brands.
Okay.
But obviously some drinks are a brand.
Yeah.
So we'll add, that's fine.
Yeah. I think we know like.
Yeah, I think we've got the idea.
Yeah.
So how many do you think you can name in 30 seconds?
6.
7,
Okay. 8.
10.
10. Lie.
Oh, you've got to bump me up. This is going to be so easy.
Really?
Oh, it's going to be so easy.
Okay, no, I'm okay.
No, it's too late now. It's too late.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel confident.
Okay, 3,
10 minutes to go.
2, 1, go.
Beer, cider, whiskey, rum, white wine, red wine, Baileys, Kahlua, no, that's beer as well. I didn't say that. I was going to say San Miguel's. Let me think. Vodka, gin. That's 10, wasn't it?
There's 10, yeah. You
Gin.
had 10 seconds left.
I could have got a few more in.
I didn't realize.
Champagne.
I don't think I could have got. I think I could have maybe got 10 at a push.
Do you reckon? Okay.
I didn't think of like Kahlua and like white wine and red wine hadn't come to my head.
It's because Kahlua and Baileys is Baby Guinness.
Baby Guinness.
So I said Kahlua, I was like, Baileys.
Does Guinness count as its own drink?
Yes. Well, it's a bit. Is it a bitter or is it an ale? Oh
No,
my gosh,
it's not
this
an
is
ale.
terrible. It's a bitter.
Yeah.
So you could probably said bitter ale. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, it's quite good. I'm quite impressed.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go types of apple.
Okay. How many can you name?
4.
Lie.
No, I can't name 4. No.
Who knows the names of apples?
I can't name 4.
Okay, your time starts now.
Granny Smith, Pink Lady, That's 2. How many did I say? 4.
You do.
I don't eat apples. Green and a red one.
Do you know what? I'll give it to you.
Nice.
Well played. Well played.
Just get in.
That's yeah. Fair enough.
I don't eat apples that often. I'm not an apple guy.
Where
I
did that
feel
come from?
Apple, because basically, so at work we have fruit, and like apples are so hit and miss. Like you either have like, I hate it when they're like soft and mushy. Like I like a crisp apple.
Like a good old crunch.
Yeah,
Bite in.
yeah, that
Do you like crunchy or like soft pears?
soft pears.
I like a soft pear. I think if it crunches, I'm a bit like,
Yeah,
it's got to be soft and gooey and like,
yeah. Soft pear, but crunchy apple.
soft pear, crunchy apple.
Yeah. But that's just what came to my head.
That was random.
Okay, staying on that theme,
Okay.
fruits,
Oh, okay. How many can you
not including veg.
Not including veg.
Yeah, just
Okay.
fruits. 15.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Lie.
No, I could do 15.
Great. Please do it.
Okay, give me 30 seconds. All right, 1 every 2 seconds.
3. Oh, sorry. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go.
Apple, pear, banana, orange, satsuma, mango, rambutan, mangosteen, lychee, passion fruit, cherries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries.
Very
It's
good.
15.
Very good.
How many? How much?
8 seconds left.
Yeah.
No, that's
There's
good.
a lot of fruit out.
There are lots of fruits, but you just went so high straight away. I was like, if I said 16 and
I would've
my
gone-
brain just doesn't function.
Yeah, I would have gone live straight away.
Yeah, I know you would have.
I think, to be fair, I think I could have done like 20, but I also feel like I'm quite lucky because I can pick a lot of Sri Lankan fruits. Yeah, like mangosteen, rambutan.
Yeah, to be fair, I've never even heard of those.
Yeah.
I just went, sounds right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lychee.
You know what you could have said? Tomato.
Yes, that's when I said no vegetable. I was keeping tomato in my head. I was gonna be like, "You're there for later."
You're going to be my wild card.
Veggie Tales.
Of course I remember VeggieTales.
What a show!
VeggieTales.
Oh,
I
I
showed
used to
some of
love-
that recently, actually. I showed some of that recently for like Rat that was out of like nowhere.
Really?
Have you ever heard of VeggieTales? I was like, no. I was like, this is VeggieTales.
Do you know what? Like, quite a few people I know have heard of Veggie Tales.
Really? So but it was probably played when they were little at school and stuff.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Goated show.
That is a hilarious show. You still
Top
love
10 kid show.
that? No. No.
How is it not top 10 kid show? All right, give me your top 5 kid shows.
I can do 5 kid shows.
No, I can do 8.
I can do 9.
You had Disney Channel, so I'm gonna go. I can do 11.
I can do 12.
I can do 13.
I'll do 14.
Lie.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm ready.
By the way, for the viewers who didn't hear the cut, I said I could do 13 and didn't want to do it again. So we agreed we'd do 12. And then we came back and then I just made Adam do 14.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to say go.
Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
SpongeBob, iCarly, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place. I'm going through Disney Channel.
Yep.
Phineas and Ferb. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Victorious. I'm going through Nickelodeon. Tom and Jerry. Oh my gosh, Looney Tunes. There's so many. No.
Time. That was, to be honest, that was really hard.
No, there must,
you didn't go
there must be
VeggieTales.
more. What? There must be more. What else did I watch as a kid?
VeggieTales.
VeggieTales. Yeah, VeggieTales. What else did I watch as a kid? This is ridiculous.
Trapped. Yeah.
Can't believe you brought that up.
Just no reason. I just thought I'll bring up Trapped.
There was a reason. JJ was on an episode of Trapped.
Yeah. I was on the trap. I got trapped on floor 5.
If anyone knows what that show is, I don't even really know. I don't even really remember it. But you can find JJ's episode on YouTube.
I think it's season 7, episode something.
What was that?
You can find it on YouTube.
Oh, That's So Raven. I forgot about That's So
Yeah.
Raven on Disney.
Um,
Oh, and also Raven.
Raven, yeah.
The one that I always
Yeah.
wanted to try that.
And what was the one which was like in a jungle and they had to do competitions to get out the jungle?
That's I'm a Celebrity. That's not a kid's show.
No. They are like little children on there. No. Oh, there was there was a kids TV show which you win loads of prizes if you get out. You have to
Okay.
get these red rubies.
Interesting. Not sure.
I watched a lot of CBBC when I was younger. Tracy Beaker.
Tracy Beaker. I hated that.
I hated Tracy Beaker.
Hated it because my sisters loved
annoying.
it, but all they did was scream the whole time, and I was like, I don't. Yeah.
It's annoying.
What are they like cartoons?
Devil
I missed?
Finger and Bendy Wendy.
Devil Finger. Yeah,
Bendy Wendy. Didn't they fall in love?
I think so.
Yeah.
Quite weird.
It's quite weird.
Yeah.
Art Attack.
Art Attack. Arthur. Do you remember the Arthur show?
Yeah. What's the story in Balamory?
Mate,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
What's the one with the blue jumpsuit guy and the pink jumpsuit guy?
Oh, you mean Teletubbies?
No. The Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. There was Blue's Clues.
I don't know what Blue's Clues is.
Blue's Clues was really great. You need to. Well, don't look it up. You don't need to look up Blue's Clues.
It's not that important now.
Yeah. What
Pink
else?
Panther.
Pink Panther. There's loads.
There's loads.
We've literally named about 30 there.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard under pressure. 30 seconds.
It is hard
Yeah.
under pressure. Okay, I have a new one. I can name. I can name 5 gardening tools.
5 gardening tools. I can name 6.
I can do 7.
I can do 9.
I can do 10.
I can do 11.
Liar.
Okay. See, I always like to push it. I always get
You
called a
do.
liar,
You should have called me a liar at 10 because
Yeah.
even then I was thinking,
Well, I wanted to get one more out of you.
yeah, you wanted to really, yeah.
We should have a running score for these games.
We are supposed to, but we just don't.
Oh, do we not?
Yeah, we are. We are very, very stupid.
We can Google it later.
Yeah, we can. Okay. Are you ready?
Okay.
JJ is going to attempt 11 garden tools
11 gardening tools.
in 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spade. Shovel. Is that the same thing?
I'm happy with that.
Okay. Hedge clippers. The thing that cuts the rim, with like the blade spinny thing. The guard of the lawnmower. My ex-girlfriend a hoe. Hammer? No. One of those like seed planter thingies which you stick in the ground and
At a
start
time.
to eat it.
What about a trowel? Did you say a trowel?
What's a trowel?
It's- Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you failed. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. So, what's the one that's so? There's like the fork one. What's the fork one called?
So I don't know what it's called. I just knew it.
There's a shovel and a spade are the same thing, to be honest.
Oh, I should have gone through Minecraft. I should have gone axe,
Axe, that's a good one.
Pickaxe.
Pickaxe.
diamond pickaxe,
Iron
iron pickaxe.
Iron pickaxe. Yeah. That's
What is the thing which is like it's like a you hold it. It's like a stick and it's got like blades that spin at the end.
it's like a strimmer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a trimmer.
A strimmer.
Yeah.
A strimmer, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I would always call it, a strimmer. A strimmer, a lawnmower, a spade, a shovel. No, it's the same thing. A spade, an axe. You might use an axe.
Yeah.
You might use a trowel. You might use a pickaxe.
Hedge clippers.
Hedge clippers. Electric hedge clippers.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
shovel and spade, don't
No, they're different because ones are like shears. Shears.
Shears, that's what, yeah.
That's it. Shears and then hedge clippers.
Yeah.
I bet there's so many
A
stupid ones.
pruner, which is a smaller shear.
Yes, a pruner, like that M&M advert.
What happens in the M&M?
There's an Eminem advert where there's a guy and he's got like tattoos all over his face, and they're like, "What's that all over your feet?" And then, have you not seen that advert? And then basically his shoes have loads of flowers on them, just like his tattoos are all flowers as well, because he's into botany. And then the dad goes, "Let's prune."
Oh, yeah.
We'll ignore that. We're not going to keep that in here.
No, we're keeping that in.
No,
We're keeping that whole section in. Everyone's going to have to sit through and waste 30 seconds of their day listening to you explain the M&M advert.
I don't know how we've managed it. We've ended up having a really silly end to this video.
Yeah, somehow. Oh,
Right,
well,
let's call it a day.
let's call it a day before it gets more silly. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah,
We're heading into the summer break, so we're going to be starved for content.
we are. Yeah, so we're going to be doing more of this kind of silly stuff.
Yeah, but we hope you enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. It's
it's been lights out.
take care.
Peace.